committee, and we need to formally adopt that report. Those honorable senators in favor of the adoption of that report, please say aye. Aye. Those against it, please say no. We think the ayes have it. The report of the selection committee is hereby adopted.
Public business resumed.
Public business.
Order number 3.
Order number 3.
In the name of the Honorable Leader of the Senate, to move the passing of a resolution to approve, in accordance with Section 5 of the Crown Lands Vesting and Disposal Act, Cap 225, the lease to the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Barbados Charity of the parcel of land, the property of the Crown, namely Lot 2, being part of the property known as Culloden Farm in the parish of St. Michael, and in this island to be used as a headquarters base to house the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Barbados Charity and to facilitate its development programs.
Senator Walcott.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this one I will be brief. The Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Barbados Charity for several years had expressed an interest in leasing this property, and the property is to be used as a headquarters base to house the charity and to facilitate its development program in Barbados. The charity proposes to undertake, apart from the lease, the full restoration of the property at an estimated cost of $4 million Barbados. In addition, the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Barbados Charity would also be seeking to introduce new skills for participants to undertake in pursuit of their awards. And it is planned that this will include a number of areas: hydroponics, small animal husbandry, fish farming, and green technology. And sections of the grounds and buildings would also be used to facilitate community activities aimed at broadening their programs and participation in the community. This property there is listed as a heritage property, and it is currently in a very poor condition. The Duke of Edinburgh's International Award Barbados Charity intends to undertake the full restoration of the property, and in particular the main house to its original state, and refurbish the same with suitable period furnishings, typical of that which would have obtained while the property was used as the Prime Minister's official residence. It is expected that on completion of the restoration, the main house and grounds would be again open for heritage tours, and a classic fine dining boutique restaurant is also envisaged as part of the program, gravitates toward a more self-sustaining platform. I believe in this regard, the normal processes have been followed, and in conjunction with Barbados Revenue Authority, they looked at the market value of the property. It was $3.6 million, but the structure on the site were only valued at $1.14 due to obsolescence. They then looked at the open market rental values of the property and said that it could be about $264,000 per annum. But in light of the factors outlined above, the Ministry of Housing and Lands considered that the Duke and Edinburgh International should be required to pay a nominal rent of $1,200 per annum in view of the planned restoration, in view of the national significance and historic importance of this property. Clearly, the Ministry had no objections, and it has been agreed that the lease would be for a period of 25 years with an option to renew for a further 25 years. The lease should have a 5-year notice break clause exercisable after the second rent review. And essentially, this is the matter before Senate. I beg that this resolution do not pass.
Thank you, Senator Walker. Senator Franklin.
Sir, thank you very much. I know it's late, and you know I'm usually brief. And this is one of the times, sir, when I don't like the rule that says that if a minister or a parliamentary secretary propose something, that it doesn't have to be seconded, because I would be the person to second this resolution. Sir, I am not one of those people who have become so racist or reverse racist now because this is black people doing the other thing, that I would be opposed to the lease of this thing to the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme. I know the work of the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme from a boy. Mind you, I didn't take part in it because in those days, sir, I had a lot of other extracurricular activities, and I was also very attractive to the younger ladies. So something had to give. So I didn't bother with the Duke of Edinburgh Award thing, but I have very many friends who participated in that program, and it's a good character building measure for young people. You know, we've had a lot of people in this country complaining that, oh, this was the home of the former prime minister and it should not be this and that, and a lot of rubbish. You know, I was ashamed of them. One of them even told me that they want me to oppose it when it comes here. That's the only reason I got it, because I wanted them to know that this government has done a lot of crap, but this is not one of them. You know, I think it's a good measure. And look, the resolution says, I got it outlined here, and where is Duke of Edinburgh Award? I have it marked up because, where is it now? Where there's provision that it would be reinstated. Yes, here it is. So it's former glory. One of in the second schedule, Item 1, it says the Duke of Edinburgh Award, International Award, Barbados Charity shall be responsible for the full restoration of the main house to its original architectural form within the first 5 years of the initial lease period. You know what it means? That everybody will be proud to see the house restored. Because right now, I didn't hear anybody complaining that powers were living in it, you know, or that powers were getting access to this house and had a big bunch of rats and all kinds of down there. But all of a sudden, it's going to be restored to its former glory, but because it is being done now and being leased to a developmental body, and an international developmental body, you hear a lot of people in Barbados with this self-righteous nonsense talking about, oh, this is Alvara's thing. And I think Alvaro would have been proud. I didn't know him very well. I spoke to him a couple of times. But, sir, we have to stop this nonsense. You know? But this what do you call it, no? Oh, I mean, your xenophobic crap. You know, we live in a world, maybe not by ourselves, and I'll tell you something, like Senator Rogers was talking yesterday, and I made a mention of it. You know, none of us are without some sort of European ancestry, some more than others. But that's the reality of the thing. And I'm not going to hate one and love the other, because I understand, like my great-great-great-grandfather, he came from Bristol. I don't think there had any black people in Bristol in those days, you know, 1830-something. So, Mr. Chairman, I am happy, and Mr. President, sir, I'm happy to be associated with this resolution, and I give the government my unreserved and wholehearted support in this matter. Well, Senator Walker, this government has been doing so many things wrong. So when they do something right, I have to say so. Right now we are going to get this house restored, and it's still going to be Barbados, you know. We ain't selling it to anybody that's never come back to Barbados. It is a lease. The Crown will still own this property, and the people of Barbados will still have access to it. We are getting, this is a win-win. And I'm happy that the place, that the dump that it was, that it is now, is being restored to its former glory. And we getting it, we getting that kind of input, and then we getting that $1,200 a year. It can't get better than this, sir. So I support the government on this one. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Senator Franklin. Senator Walcott.
Mr. President, I beg that this resolution do not pass.
The question is that this resolution do not pass. Those honorable senators in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say nay. Methinks the ayes have it. This resolution is so passed.
So, Mr. President, this brings us to the end of our business for today. And as we come to the end, I must first express my thanks to all honorable members who've been here. It's been it's been 3 days, 3 tedious days. And I want to thank all of you for your participation, your keen participation. And at times rather fierce debate. But we know this is not, as I often say, this is not a living room where you have tea and sandwiches. This is a political area. And so I thank you all for your participation. Mr. President, I want to thank and commend the Clerk of Parliament and the Deputy Clerks for their assiduous work, and of course the Marshal and his deputy, the members of staff of Parliament, indeed the members of the police force and the security, and of course, importantly, the catering staff for being here. I believe they've been here the entire week, even though they've been here 3 days with us. And again, to thank them and express appreciation for their work and their dedication to duty. And as we go into Holy Week next week, that it would be a time of reflection. Remember the importance of the Holy Week and what it means to those of us who are Christian. And what it to us, those of us who are Christian, that we will be mindful and reflective in that period, recognizing where the Father has brought us from, how we've been able to manage with COVID, and indeed hoping for a better tomorrow and looking forward to it, and knowing that we, as a group together, will get through this. And thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I now beg that this sitting be suspended, be adjourned, sine die.
I wonder. Thank you, Senator Franklin. Speaking on the adjournment, I want to associate myself with your remarks and add my thanks to all that you have thanked. But I also want to thank you, honorable members, for your great participation, spirited debate during the whole 3 days. We've covered many areas. But I thank you especially for this evening. We had to take an adjournment to allow for the formality of the proclamation, and I thank you for staying the course with us so that we could, in addition to the appropriation bill and all the other legislation, facilitate that very important matter for the management of our public affairs, especially in the context of COVID-19. So I want to thank you for your presence, your commitment to duty. I know that it's difficult for most of us, right? There are only a few persons in the Senate for whom government is their full-time business, and therefore 3 days straight here is indeed a great sacrifice. So thanks to clerks, staff, all concerned. Thanks to the press. They're no longer physically present. We have all the electronic means of coverage. But we thank them for their interest on behalf of the people, and to the wider public who follow us. During the course of some of our interesting, colorful, spirited debate yesterday, someone who was watching from Canada messaged me. I saw the message afterwards, but they messaged me to say, I see that a certain one of your senators, I shall not call, but my dear friend, he said, I see that your dear friend is making you work very hard today. But such is the nature of interest in what we do here, that not only Barbadians at home, but Barbadians abroad do in fact pay attention to what we do and what we say. I thank you for your great contributions during the week, and I'm sure that they're also very, very pleased with the level of discourse and debate which we've had. So thanks once again to all. The question is that the Honourable Senate do now adjourn, sine die. Those honourable senators in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. Just a reminder that dinner is served downstairs, a fitting conclusion to our work. The sitting now stands adjourned.